All right, good evening. It's loud outside my door. Uh, Thank you for joining. Just briefly, do you ever feel like you're like trying too hard? Like we live in a culture where it's like do or die, victory or death, push, 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 push. It's not like you should just sit on the couch doing nothing, but like I remember trying to be in the music business for like 20 years and like some things happened, but at one point I was everything just went thrashed apart. And I was like, okay, I'm done with that. And like it was almost in retrospect, it was a little bit longer than a moment, but it was as if in that moment I kind of ran into these other people while I was not being in the music business and ended up touring Europe 3 times playing music, which is weird to do like after you're like, I'm done, like I give up, like quitting, like or whatever, like stop pushing. And today I was at Willie Nelson, 91 years old, playing the Hollywood Bowl. Congratulations. But I was on the street and seeing if there was any t-shirt vendors. And I hung out for a while, and then eventually I'm like, okay, forget it. There's no one going to be out here. I'm gonna blow it off. And then as soon as I said that, like 20 feet in front of me, t-shirts, like um, like giving up, like opened up a space, like almost like trying to grasp something so hard that you're pushing it away. And these things can get very like strange because like you'll have a lot of people talk to you in absolutes like let it come, go out and get it, I don't know that there's an exact formula for either of those, but those are my experience today reminded me of some of those other experiences of maybe we can just let it come. That doesn't mean we shouldn't do anything. Speaking of not doing anything, we're going to do some yoga. So let's start from a seated position. You can cross the legs however you like. Um, Cross them easy, don't force anything. We're going to put the hands on the knees, straight spine all the way up to the crown of the head. We can begin our breathing here, drawing the breath in through the nose and out through the nose, long and deliberate. Continue keeping that spine nice and straight. By the way, the dude, he was not trying very hard. The dude is on my shirt. So that's kind of a metaphor for that too. Funny that I'm wearing that. Let's draw a big circle on the ceiling with the spine straight to the crown of the head. We're going to keep breathing and we're doing some moving here. And then let's go the opposite direction, please. You can restrict the throat so that causes that vibration in your neck. Really good for everything. Good. Back to center. Let the right ear fall to the right shoulder. Bring the right hand up and rest it on the left side of the head. Don't pull down on the head. Just let the weight of the arm hang. And then if you want more, this other hand over here on the left can reach further down towards the ground. And you can get a little bit more through there. We're going to go easy. Excellent. Let's bring that head back to center and then over to the other side. So left ear to the left shoulder. Left hand comes up, rests on the right side, and then right hand reaching down. Shoulder reaching down if you want more. Otherwise, just the hand resting on the head. It's kind of the weight of the arm. There's plenty. Good, back to center. Let's bring the right hand to the left knee for our early twist here. You can just bring the left hand behind you. If you're feeling super open, you can come all the way around with that left hand, grabbing the leg, or the pocket, or the foot. Anyway, sit up tall, breathing and looking at the wall. So we're giving profile. And all the way over to the other side, please. Sitting up tall here, continuing the breathing. I feel this twist a lot different in my digestion than the twist we're going to do later. This is kind of more on the outsides. Great. Let's stand and we are going to hop to get everything nice and churned up. I'm not going to pat the ribs because we're going to do that in the next one. You could if you want. We're breathing in and out through the nose, core is engaged. All right, feet the distance of the hips, slightly splayed out with the toes. We're going to bend at the knees or swing out. So now the digestion is getting that padding work now. Just a bit more of this. Excellent. Top of the mat, feet together. Big toes touching, ankles apart, shoulders back, maybe thumbs out. I like that so much. But either way is fine. We're going to breathe in, reach up, look up, prayer to the moon. Breathing out, we're going to forward fold, bringing the fingers down low. Try to keep the legs straight. The hands could go on the ground or the shins. We look up, shoulder blades together, core in. Forward fold on the out breath, and then all the way back up, reaching out and up. Hands in prayer are going to come down through the heart center, and then all the way up again on the in-breath. Breathing out, forward folding, fingers low again. We look up, lengthening the tail through the eyeballs. Forward fold on the out breath. Back up, reaching out and up. Down through the heart center. And all the way up again, breathing in. Breathing out, forward folding, fingers low. We look up. And we forward fold. Back up, reaching out and up. Down through the heart center. A few more. Back up again on the in-breath. Breathing out, forward folding, fingers low. We look up. And forward fold. Back up, reaching out and up. Down through the heart center and all the way up again on the in-breath. Breathing out, forward folding. We look up. Forward fold. Back up, reaching out and up. Down through the heart center. Up again on the in-breath. Breathing out, forward folding. We look up, shoulder blades together, core in. Forward fold. Back up, reaching out and up. Down through the heart. Up again on the in-breath. Breathing out, forward folding. We look up. Let's step back to have a push-up. We're going to stay in the first one. Tighten the core and the legs. We're going to take several breaths here. We'll lower down, maybe hover 2 inches. Up dog, tight legs. Down dog. You can pedal the feet out if you like. We're gonna look at the navel and breathe and stay here. And walk your way up to the top of the mat, feet back together. We look up, forward fold, back up, reaching out and up, down through the heart again, and then all the way up again on the in-breath. Breathing out, forward folding. We look up, stepping top push-up, lower or drop, up dog, and down dog. Nice, so we're gonna breathe here. You could come up on the toes on the in-breath and down with the heels on the out-breath, or staying still. Step or jump, top of the mat, toes together. We look up and forward fold, back up, reaching out and up, down again through the heart, and up again on the in-breath. Breathing out, forward folding. We look up, stepping toe push-up, lower drop, up dog, and down dog. And we're going to breathe here. And step or jump, top of the mat, toes together. We look up and we forward fold. Let's come on all the way up, prayer to the moon. You can arch back and lift the heart. And then let's push the walls out and we'll take the feet apart. Open the hands nice and wide. We're going to take a few breaths here with the hands open wide. And from the hips up, we're going to turn and look to the right. We're going to hold here. And then all the way over to the other side. Good. Back to center, arms down and feet back together. Big toes touching, ankles apart. Utkatasana, let the knees fall together, bringing the arms up, bending the legs. Good. Up, over, forward, folding again, fingers low. We look up, lengthen the tail to the eyeballs. Stepping again, type of push-up. We lower, drop, up dog, down dog. Warrior one, right foot steps, left foot turns out. Both arms up to start, push into that back foot, the left one, and then reach the left handshake forward. We're going to take several breaths here tonight. Good, touch the ceiling again, and hands back down, stepping, type of push-up. We lower, drop, up dog, down dog. Left foot up to the top, right foot turns out, arms up for the moment, push into that back foot. Reach the right arm forward, breathing here. Great, touch the ceiling, again, hands back down, we step back, down push up, we lower, drop, up dog, and we're gonna stay in down dog, breathing here. Good, step, jump, top of the mat, toes together. We look up. And we forward fold, let's sit in chair. Standing, shoulders back, tight core. Excellent, we do it again, sit in chair. Good, up, over, forward folding. We look up, stepping, top of push-up. We lower drop, up dog, and down dog. Warrior one on the right again. And we're gonna bring the hands in prayer to the moon, core in and up, maybe looking up. We'll take a couple of breaths here. Great, hands back down, stepping, down, push up. We lower, drop, up dog, down dog, left foot stepping, right foot turns out. Hands in prayer above the head, core in and up, maybe looking up, breathing here. Great, hands back down, stepping, top of push up. We lower, drop, up dog and down dog, and we're gonna stay just like this. Excellent, step or jump, top of the mat. We look up, forward fold, feet and knees sitting in chair. Standing, shoulders back, tight core. Let's do one with warrior two and variations. We sit in chair again. Good, up, over, forward, folding. We look up, stepping, toe push up. Tight, lower down, maybe hover at two. Up dog, down dog. Warrior two, right foot stepping. Knee over ankle, arms out over the feet. We're gonna breathe here. Let's do that self-adjustment. Bring the right hand on the inside, grab the left hip and pull it back. And then we're coming back to warrior two for a few more breaths. Turn the right hand so the palm faces the ceiling. We're gonna arch back, barely touching the back leg. We are gonna look up along the elbow to the sky, breathe here. Keep the knee over the ankle as best you can. Great, hands back down, stepping, type of push-up. We lower, drop, up dog, down dog, left foot, warrior two, heel to heel, arms out. We'll take a couple of breaths before we do the adjustment again. Good, hand on the inside of that knee, pull the right hip back a bit. Back up for a couple more breaths in warrior two. Light the shoulders, let them be light. Turn the palm in the front to face the sky, an arching back, here we go. Great, hands down again, stepping, top of push-up. We lower, drop, up dog, and down dog. And we're gonna breathe here. Good, step, jump, top of the mat, toes together. We look up. Forward fold. We're gonna sit in chair. We're just gonna stay in chair tonight. If you like, you can intertwine the fingers and turn the palms up to the ceiling in chair. Core is in, thumbs higher, pinkies lower. Breathing here. Sitting in the imaginary chair. Good. Let's stand straight to it today. We're going to take the feet apart about the distance of the hips. We're taking peace fingers straight up and then straight down underneath the big toes, thumbs touching, elbows away from the ears, top of the head towards down. Good. Up again. And down again. Each hand under each foot for the front. I'm going to breathe here. Good. Let's stand. We'll take a moment at the top of the mat. We're all going to pivot through the standing series tonight. So for a triangle, we're going to keep the right foot at the top and step the left foot back about the distance one of your legs. Back foot like 45 degrees. And then we can reach out for a triangle, right hand out over the right foot. And here we go, right hand down, left arm up. And we're going to breathe here. Great, let's come up. We're going to pivot the first time, right toes in, 45, left toes straight out, reaching out over the left leg, and then left hand down, right arm up. Good, back up, we pivot again, left toes 45, right toes out. Shorten the stance a couple of few inches. One of the reasons I like pivoting is because this pose is entered quite differently and it feels very different. So we're going to reach the left arm forward as we lean a bit forward and get length like we're doing a half superhero here, flying. And then that left hand comes down and the right arm up for the twisted triangle, Parivrtta Trikonasana. And we're going to breathe here. Good, back up. We pivot again, right toes 45, left toes out. We maintain that short stance. So like we're flying just with the right arm reaching forward. Get that length of the side way out. And then again, right hand down, left arm up. Good, back up, we pivot again, left toes 45, right toes out. Re-lengthen the stance for warrior two. And we'll take several breaths here in warrior two. We're gonna do extended side angle. You can take the right forearm and put it on the leg with the left arm coming up and over, or you could put the right hand on the ground. We're gonna breathe here. Good, back up. We straighten the right leg so we can pivot, right toes 45, left toes out. Let's do a bit of warrior two again. And whatever you did on the other side, see if we can get a mirror copy of that. Good. Let's come straight up into the base of horse, toes slightly splayed, hands on the legs. Keep the arms straight, so that's going to keep your shoulders up, but then drop the rear end down. This is like another version of hanging from the pull-up bar, which isn't yoga, but it's something I do all the time for keeping my back healthy and young. We're going to bring the right shoulder forward, and then the left, and a little bit of back and forth here. Keep the legs basically as they are. We're going to come up, grab the moon, hold the moon, and then hang from it, and we're going to breathe here. Straight the legs, turn the feet to run straight forward. We touch the ceiling, and we try to touch the ground. Hands should be right under the shoulders. If you're having a hard time forward folding, take the feet further out. You could try to bring the palms downward, bringing the head towards down. We're gonna hang out here. Let's come all the way up again. We're gonna reach out to the ends of the fingers. Behind the back, we shall intertwine the fingers. And now we forward fold, lifting the arms up off the back. Breathing here. Lift the toes for a moment. And then put them down as light as possible. Good, all the way back up to the ceiling. And then all the way back down, we're gonna grab shins, ankles, or big toes with the peace fingers. Wherever you get to with the legs straight, bring the elbows away from the ears. Stay down low, both hands over to the right, left shoulder under and through. Let's take a hold on this. And over, please, to the other side, right shoulder under and through. We'll take a hold on this. Good, come up. We're gonna shorten the stance. And let's turn left toes to the back, right toes 45 degrees, because we're gonna do pyramid. So we bring the arms out just for rotation. And behind the back, we'll grab elbows or reverse prayer. We're gonna look up. And then we're gonna come down and look at the left foot. I am not doing them today, but if you want to do Warrior 3, please hop up into Warrior 3, bouncing like a big capital letter T on your left foot. From Warrior 3, you can make that into the half moon by putting the left hand down and the right arm up, keeping your back leg parallel to the earth. And you could switch hands if you're doing all that. And let's come all back up, and we're going to pivot to the other side. Left toes 45, right toes out. I'm going to bring the arms out for rotation again. And then behind the back, we look up, shoulder blades together. They try to stay together. We're going to come down and look at the right foot. And if you want the extras, go ahead and get Warrior 3. Go ahead and get Half Moon if you want. And you can twist the Half Moon if you like. Great, let's stand and walk around. I really needed that Warrior 3. That was a lot. Woo! Okay. Let's do some balancing. We're going to do tree standing on the left foot. You can bring the right ankle up above the knee. You could lock the foot if you prefer. Lock it against the leg, so you have to grab it, lift it up way above the knee. Hands to the heart or all the way up. We're going to take several breaths right like this. Great, let's do the other side, standing on the right. I'm going to repeat out in front. So out in front sometimes seems easier, but there is an interesting hip stretch that you don't get with the lock foot. So someday just out of kicks, try the other one. Whatever you did on the other side, do that today. But someday this one, it's interesting. You can, if you look at it, you see it's got qualities like the pigeon and the thread the needle with the leg bent out. And so you can just feel that in the hip area, interestingly. Great. We're going to go back to the left foot. Standing on the left, we're going to lift the right up, and the left hand's going to grab that knee. The other hand could just be on the hip. You could also reach that right hand back if you like. If you look back, it seems to stretch the right shoulder more. You could also grab the big toe on the extended leg and put it out in front. I'm just going to hold the knee. We're going to breathe here and stay tall through the standing foot. Great. Other side, of course. Standing on the right, the left is coming up, right hand grabs left knee. You could stay here, you could reach back, you could look back. Whatever you did on the other side, again, it's nice to try to come to some sort of attempt at balance. Balance in the poses, and we are actually balancing in the pose also. That word is applicable in many situations. Good. Back to the left for one more of these. We're gonna bend the right leg and grab the ankle. And reach that knee down actively through the leg as if the foot is down there. We're stepping strongly on the ground. Left hand is going to go up and handshake the universe. We're going to stay here. Core is in. We're breathing in the nose. Right, and of course we'll do the other side, standing on the right. Left is coming up and then reaching straight down as if it was a foot was down there. And the right arm's going to come all the way up. Great. Feet about the distance of the hips, toes slightly splayed. You're going to come down into a squat and put the elbows against the legs, the hands in prayer. We'll lengthen way up the back. Let's take a few breaths like this. Excellent. Hands in prayer straight forward. Come on all the way up to the ceiling. Then all the way back down. Hands in prayer straight forward. Again, all the way up to the ceiling. And back down. Hands in prayer straight forward. Again, all the way up. And back down. And just one more all the way up. And then let's come down. We're going to come to hands and knees. We'll do a bit of cat and cow while I'm getting my mat set up. For me, I want to pick up the mat and double it because I'm on a fake hardwood floor. And nonetheless, it is rough on the knees unless you got a little extra cushion. So we drop the belly, looking up, third eye. We breathe out, arching the back. And over and over. Back to center. We're going to look over the right shoulder and see the tail. And then over to the other side. And we'll keep the left knee down, bring the right foot up top. I'm going to bring the arms up in a big funnel, and we're going to stay here for a few breaths. And we're going to do that twist we didn't do in the earlier part of the sequence. We're going to take the left elbow outside of the right leg, hands in prayer in towards the chest, rotate the right shoulder back. If you want more, roll back on the ball of the left foot and lift the knee. Great, let's set up the other side. Right knee back, left foot up top, arms up again. Couple of breaths here. Good, right elbow outside, hands in prayer. Here we go. Whatever you did on the other side, if you did a knee lift, same. Great. Back to hands and knees. I'm gonna undo the rolled up mat bit here because we're gonna come into pigeon from hands and knees. So bring the right knee up to the right wrist and then bring that right foot up towards the left wrist, maybe just a little bit towards that. Crawl the left knee back. And then you could look up for a moment, but ultimately we're going to put forearms down and maybe head on the intertwined fingers, or maybe lengthening all the way out with the forehead on the mat. Nonetheless, we're going to breathe here real deep in the nose. You can restrict your throat and get that vibration in the throat, in the larynx area, if you like. Good. Back to hands and knees so we can switch it up. Left knee up to the left wrist, left foot towards the right wrist. Crawl the right leg back. You could look up. I do that on the other side. And down again we come into the breathing. Excellent. However works for you, let's sit down. We're going to do Janu Sirsasana in a much traditional way, which will be just static. So left leg out in front, right foot, just like tree, is against the thigh with the knee falling out. And then we're just going to come out. And if it's hard to grab the toes, wrap something around your foot, a t-shirt or whatever. Otherwise, if you can get the foot, keep the leg straight. And bring the nose towards the knee. Bring that right shoulder down. We're going to stay here breathing. On the out breath, you can feel the body opening up a little bit. If you want to push slightly down into the out breath. Very nice. Let's do the other side. So right leg out, left sole in. And again, we're just going to reach out and try to forward fold. Bring the nose towards the knee. If you can get the foot, great. I can only get the foot with one hand. The other hand, it's much further away, that reaching left hand. I can kind of touch the toes, but I grab the wrist or the arm on the right hand. That's kind of a little bit more helpful for me. This side, I think I'm a little more open. Anyways, to the breathing we go. Good, back up. We've done this one before, but not a lot. Cross the legs, however is simple for you. Bring the hands behind your back and grab elbows. You could even do reverse prayer if you like. Try to keep the shoulders back. We're going to take a couple of breaths just like this. And then wherever we get is okay. We're going to attempt to put the forehead on the floor, the forehead. We're going to stay here and breathe. Good, back up. Let's put the legs out in front of us. You could hop them around if you like. And then we're going to do the other twist. We're going to do right foot flat on the mat, toes in the front, pointing up to the sky. Left arm grabs, right arm behind us, shoulder back. You can bring the elbow outside. This twist, the twist we did at the beginning of class were with the cross-legged. I didn't feel it as much. It's kind of on the outside. This one I can feel in the actual digestive system. We're going to breathe here and twist and breathe. Excellent. We'll do the other side. Right leg out, left sole in. Right arm grabs that left leg or elbow outside. We sit up tall, look at the wall, breathe here. Good, back to center. I'm doubling up the mat. We're going to do a bit of core work. So we'll be on the tailbone, both legs bent. We'll bring the arms underneath those legs and roll back. Of course, you can stay here. You can let go with the legs bent. You can start to feel that in the core. And if you wanted more, straight the legs. You want more hands behind the head. We're going to breathe here. Try to keep your shoulders back. We are doing 5. Cross the feet, grab the shins, sit up tall, shoulders back, core in. Couple of breaths here. Good, up again. Cross the feet, grab the shins, sit up tall. And up again for 3. Cross the feet, grab the shins, sit up tall. Up for 4. Cross the feet, grab the shins, sit up tall. And yes, last one, back up. Excellent, hug the knees in. We're going to lie back so we can do bridge. Feet down flat, feet on knees, 2 fists apart. Longest finger could almost touch that heel. Those of you that want to do Urdhva Dhanurasana are probably already doing it. Otherwise, the rest of us are doing bridge. Up with the hips, tuck the shoulders, intertwine the fingers, push the arms down, the hips up. We're gonna breathe here. Right, back down. Hug the knees into the chest for a moment. Pull those shins down and bring the nose up to the knees. Great, and we're gonna go upside down. We'll start with plow, kicking the feet up and over the head. Try to keep the legs straight, so your feet might not fall down. It's not a problem. Try to keep the legs straight. You can have the hands on the back or intertwine fingers with the arms down. And of course, we're gonna breathe here. If your hands are not on the back, put them there now. Before you bring up the feet, see if the elbows will come in closer to the distance of your shoulders, and then up we come. We're gonna hang out here. And bend the legs, we're gonna roll down into a dead bug. Knees in the armpits, soles of the feet up to the ceiling. You can stay still or rock about. Good, bring the knees into the chest. So keep the right knee up, bring the left knee straight out. Keep the left hand on the right knee, the right arm's gonna reach out. We're gonna gently pull the right knee over to the left with the hip coming up. And we're gonna breathe here. Back up, we'll extend that right leg out in front of us. We're gonna bring the left knee up, right hand's gonna grab that knee, left arm out. Left knee's coming over to the right, hips coming way up. And back to center, hug the knees into the chest, thank yourself for coming out. I'm gonna lie on my rolled up mat. If you're comfortable just laying down, lie down. Otherwise, I'll walk you through the process to spine supported final rest. It's real nice actually for the shoulders, but I'm gonna roll my mat up as tight as I possibly can. And sometimes it doesn't roll up well, so I'm going to. Good, this is gonna go down the back, so that the middle of the head is resting on it, and then the rest of the spine is there, but it will be on the ground. And we're gonna put it there and get sit up. So the shoulders are dropping around the mat. Sometimes it's nice to have the legs bent with the feet flat, but if the low back can handle it, we just drop all the way down. And we're gonna stay here, sinking into the earth. You could totally stay where you are. I'm gonna finish this out by rolling off the mat to one side and pushing myself back up to seated position. And once sitting, if you're gonna join me on this, hands to the heart center, making a bit of a fire. Bring that fire into the sky, breathe some of it in through your nose. Breathe in more through your mouth. Hold the fire inside, lock the fire by tightening the core and the legs and lift the floor. We're gonna hold all that. And then like a dragon, we let it all out. You're living your dream, don't miss it, namaste. Thank you for joining me this evening. It's danieloverberger.com. If you want to find links to my Venmo and PayPal. And that is, I'm gonna just turn the record.